Hello students, today we are going to study about the placenta. Before understanding that, we should know about the important terms related to it. Insemination, it is the process of transfer of sperms from male to female. Fertilization, fertilization means simply the penetration of the sperm into ovum. It takes place in the fallopian tube. Syngamy, it is the fusion of male and female gametes. That is why it is called syngamy, means the gametes, they unite. Zygote is formed after the fertilization has taken place. And this zygote develops to become embryo. Implantation is the attachment of embryo with the uterine wall. Gestation is the time period between the implantation and the birth. In this diagram, it is very clearly visible that here the fertilization takes place. This is the fallopian tube. Once the fertilization takes place, then the zygote moves in the uterus and it gets implanted. There is a very important phenomena which you all should know. It is known as menstrual cycle. It is the cyclic change which takes place in the human female reproductive system. It is a cycle of 28 to 29 days. When the fertilization does not happen, in that case, the uterine wall, it is shed from the body of the female with little amount of blood, because the blood capillaries, they also rupture, and thus that is known as menstrual flow or menstruation. Menstrual flow or menstruation means the shedding of the uterine wall with the blood capillaries every 28 days. In this diagram, you can see the menstrual cycle. In the first few days, menstruation takes place. The uterus lining is shed. Then this uterus lining starts growing after that again. Ovulation and the maturation of the egg, it takes place between 11th to 18th day of menstrual cycle. This uterus lining, it grows and it becomes thickened for the implantation process. If the implantation does not take place, then this uterus lining is shed again. So this is a cycle of 28 days. If implantation takes place, then it takes place in the uterus. If it does not take place, then the menstruation occurs. Placenta. Placenta is that temporary disc which develops during pregnancy, and it connects the fetus to the uterine wall by a cord known as umbilical cord. Placenta, it is an endocrine gland. It releases some hormones which support pregnancy. Estrogen and progesterone are the name of those hormones. I hope it is clear to you that placenta is formed when the fertilization has taken place and the implantation has taken place. The role of placenta is to transfer the nutrients and oxygen from mother to the fetus and the waste from the fetus to the mother. In this diagram, you can see this is the placenta, this is the fetus, and this is the umbilical cord which connects the placenta to the fetus. The amniotic membrane, and this is the amniotic fluid which protects the embryo from shocks. Amnion is the membrane that closely covers the embryo when first formed. Later on, when the embryo develops, then it becomes amniotic membrane, and between the fetus and the amniotic membrane, a fluid is filled known as amniotic fluid. Menarche. It is the first menstrual cycle and signals the onset of puberty. Menopause. It is the time in women's life when menstrual periods stop permanently. This was all about the menstrual cycle. I hope it is clear to you.